My home is slowly becoming an Aukey home.
Welcome to the Bare Pantry Show. If you want to learn how to cook in simple steps and have your dishes come out great the first time, then you're in the right place. Learn to make restaurant-style meals, comfort foods, and authentic Belizean dishes from basic ingredients. Because my review of the air fryer for Aukey Home was such a success, they've invited me to try another one of their appliances. So today I'm going to be trying this ice cream maker. Let's go ahead and unbox it. I'm already excited because it's not too many parts. I like things to be very simple. This top part is the motor, and then right here is the canister, the inner and the outer layer. Let me get these things out the way. And then of course the paddle, because we're going to need the paddle to make it churn. And then the manuals. And yes, I'm very excited because they've sent some recipes. Okay, so let's go to the store and see what's in our favorite ice creams, okay? So let me grab my lactose-free one. And look, see a whole bunch of ingredients and preservatives. This is Joe's favorite, Haagen-Dazs. See, again, a lot of ingredients. Nothing like this that we're gonna make at home. All simple ingredients and natural, right? So it uses 2 eggs. It's supposed to use confectioner sugar, but I've swapped it out for granulated white sugar. And then some skim milk, heavy cream, and of course vanilla extract. They have the stuff listed in milligrams and grams. I've changed it over to cups and ounces and so on. So let's start by first beating the 2 egg yolks and the sugar until they are pale yellow. And then we're gonna set this aside and move over to the stove where I'm gonna go ahead and heat up the milk. As soon as it starts to heat up, get it off the stove, and then they say to just pour it onto the egg mixture, but I'm going to temper it by putting the egg mixture into the hot milk first and pour it back in, mix it up, put it back into the pot, and then cook it until it thickens. There's a film that's going to form on the back of the spoon so you know it's ready. Get it off the heat, allow it to cool down for a little bit, and then add the cold heavy cream and the vanilla extract. Put the paddle on, put the top on. Now the canister is already frozen for 12 hours, all right? So it defaults at 20 minutes. This needs more time, so it went for a total of 34 minutes, and then it's so thick and beautiful. Store it in the freezer and then serve. You can only make one dessert off of one freezing. So this is why I have to do another one each day. So for the people that are gonna ask, why can't you use the freezer tub twice in the one day, in the one freeze? This is why. I tested for y'all, see? This is the custard for another ice cream that I'm not gonna proceed with because even though it has a little bit of ice in there, that's not thick enough for me to proceed, all right? In the recipe book that comes with the machine, they have a recipe for raspberry frozen yogurt, but I didn't want to do raspberries because I hate raspberries, so I switched it out to strawberries. And this one was so delicious, guys. It only uses 3 ingredients. It's the strawberries or raspberries, confectioner sugar, and they say natural yogurt, but it's just like Greek yogurt or plain yogurt. And it's pretty easy to make. You don't have to cook anything. You're supposed to puree the strawberries or the raspberries. For the raspberry recipe, they said to put it through a strainer, and I was doing that for the strawberries until I realized I didn't really need to do that because the strawberries are fine. So I just kind of dumped it all in, put the confectioner sugar, the yogurt, mixed up with a whisk, start the machine so the paddle can, you know, get going, put the custard in there, and this one was finished pretty quickly in 30 minutes. And of course, Jada comes by to taste and she absolutely loves it. Let me go ahead and serve it up in my beautiful cup right here. This one is my family's favorite, and I love it so much that I even tried the lactose-free version by using lactose-free yogurt. There's a recipe in the book for strawberry ice cream, but Jada wanted me to make pineapple instead. So I'm using some fresh pineapple, and I've diced up about 1.5 cups and then puree them. And then I'm just going to add the other 3 ingredients and mix well. After putting the liner bowl, which was freezing in the freezer for at least 12 hours in the outer canister, I just started the appliance, added the custard, and let it churn. This one took 20 minutes. I did try the chocolate recipe that's in the book, but it was kind of difficult because they say that you're supposed to grate the chocolate and then add it to the custard after it starts freezing. But as you can imagine, that just kind of made it splinter into little pieces that we didn't like. We didn't like the texture. So the next day I tried it again, and this time around I heated up the milk and then I melted the chocolate, and when I tried to put them together, it just didn't work. It curdled. So I tried it again, and this time around I let the chocolate sit aside and I started to churn the custard. And then when it started to freeze, I added the chocolate that I melted. And after I added it in there, it became like magic shell. So that didn't work either. So the only thing that worked for me was to use cocoa powder and heat it up with the milk and then make it into chocolate ice cream that way. And then it came out perfect, all right? I've made different flavors of ice cream and frozen yogurt, so now I want to try a sorbet. So in the book, there's a recipe for lemon sorbet, and it's very simple. So I'm just going to put some sugar, some regular granulated white sugar and water in a saucepan and allow it to heat over low heat. Once it starts to boil, I'm going to time it exactly for 1 minute and then remove it from the heat. I always pour it out into something else to allow it to cool down more quickly. Then I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients, which is the orange and lemon juice. And then whisk 1 egg white to almost stiff peaks and then stir it into the lemon mixture. Now I just stirred it in, but really and truly I should have blended it with the hand mixer because it wanted to separate once it started to churn. But I just went ahead and removed the lid and stirred it up with a whisk, and then it was okay. So now take a look at it. I'm going to allow this to freeze a little bit more in the freezer and then serve it right in the skins of the lemon. Isn't this gorgeous? And so delicious too, guys. And for my Belizean, my Caribbean, my West Indian, and my Central American viewers, you know I had to try soursop ice cream, right? So some of you were asking me to do crabo, but I didn't want to pick out those seeds, so I'm trying soursop. But the base is going to be the same if you want to try crabo, rum raisin, or mami, or any of those. So what I did was 7 ounces or 200 mils of evaporated milk, the same amount of condensed milk, so you don't need any sugar because that's sweet enough. And then for the soursop, I just measured out 2/3 cups of what's in the bag here because it was already mushed to pieces and it had a lot of liquid in there. So 2/3 cup was, you know, good enough for the flavor. I mixed it up well with a whisk, and then I poured it into the chill bowl and I let it go for 2 rounds of 20 minutes because it needed 40 minutes because it was more liquid, and it came out just fantastic. Of course, because I'm lactose intolerant, not only did I want to know how to make lactose-free frozen yogurt, but I wanted to do a lactose-free ice cream. So I'm using this coconut milk in the tin and the lactose-free sweetened condensed milk, and we're going to make some vanilla ice cream. And look how great it came out, guys. So this stuff makes like 1 pint, 2 cups or 1 pint. For the soursop, I got a little bit more. I got 3 whole cups because it was so much more liquid that I used, right? So now, of course, I've owned one of these things here forever. Let me show you guys really quickly. This tub comes with its bin, the paddle of course, and then the top that does the churning. But I have it in the back in the laundry room catching cobweb and storing stuff in it because I don't use it. Why? Because we have to use salt and ice, and it's a big mess just to get some frozen yogurt or some ice cream. So I did buy something that worked similarly years ago. I have a video on it. I took it back the same day because it just didn't work for me. So when Aukey Home says, do you want to try this? Of course I wanted to try it, and this works fantastically because I eat a treat every Saturday around 4 o'clock in the evening. I can put this in like from the Friday night and then just get up and make my frozen yogurt or my ice cream. The best 2 recipes that I like from all the recipes that I tried, of course, besides the soursop, I liked the frozen yogurt with the strawberries, and then the lactose one too, okay? Both of them taste good. And I like the pineapple ice cream that we did for Jada. Remember Jada wanted that one? So that's the best 2 bases that I would say. All the rest of them are good, but those are my 2 favorites. So I don't have to eat that lactose-free ice cream anymore because every time I eat that ice cream I get sick, and of course it's because of all the preservatives. So even though this stuff has sugar and stuff and we should not be indulging every day, this is more healthy for you to do than to get that store-bought stuff. So pick up one of these, all right? Pick it up as gifts. You know, holidays are coming up. Pick it up as gifts for people. Pick up one of these and stay to the very end to see if I have some more information for you, okay? Thank you guys for watching, for liking, sharing, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Remember guys, we are not buying this book. Why? Because my distributor is ripping me off and not paying me any of my royalties. So for this reason, I redid the book that's being sold on Amazon and I made this book. I removed a bunch of the recipes from the first book because I did not deem them to be authentically Belizean enough. And I put a bunch of brand new recipes in here. So you're gonna get more for your money, okay? So when you buy this book, you're gonna find that the recipes are very easy to understand and the dishes are gonna come out perfect the very first time. So this book was made in 2018. In the middle of the pandemic in 2020, I made this book, The Pantry Laid Bare, and this is restaurant quality, no, not restaurant quality, better than restaurant quality meals at home. Now in 2021, I have my brand new book. This one's called No More Leftovers. Why? Because I reduced some of the recipes from this book, some of the recipes from this book, and I put a bunch of brand new recipes in there, but they're all small batches, all right? Now to purchase, all you have to do is visit my website, www.barepantryshow.com. You can shop safely and securely at www.barepantryshow.com. You already know there's going to be a code, right? Click the link that's in the description and it will take you to the Aukey Home website where you can shop safely and securely to buy the ice cream maker. Also, don't forget to put in the discount code that's also in the description because it will get you a huge discount off of the price of the appliance.